So these Apple products are malware. And then there is the Adobe Flash Player, which has surveillance features and digital handcuffs. The Adobe Flash Player is malware. And this is because it is proprietary software. Now, many people misunderstand this. The Adobe Flash Player is available gratis at zero price. But that's not the same as free software. Free software means libero. And the Adobe Flash Player does not respect users' freedom. So if you made the mistake of installing that program because it's gratis, correct your mistake, delete it. And then there is the Amazon swindle. Its official name is the Kindle. It's an e-book reader. And what that means is it's designed to swindle readers out of their freedom. The traditional freedom of readers. For instance, the freedom to acquire a book gratis by paying cash. Can't do that with the swindle because Amazon makes people identify themselves. So Amazon has a list of all the books each user has bought. And this list is such a threat to human rights that we must not allow it to exist anywhere. This is massive surveillance. And then there is the freedom to give, lend, or sell a book to somebody else, which Amazon takes away using digital handcuffs in the swindle. And also through contracts that do not respect private property. Amazon thinks that we should not be able to own books. Amazon wants us to just get licenses to read them under Amazon's choice of conditions. And we shouldn't be able to own a book. And then there's the freedom to keep the book for as long as you wish and eventually pass it on to your children. To eliminate this, there is a back door in the swindle. Amazon used that back door in 2009 to delete thousands of copies of a book. And these were copies that people had acquired directly from Amazon. And the book with which Amazon demonstrated the Orwellian nature of this product was 1984 by George Orwell, a book you should all read, which describes a totalitarian state that does things like destroy books. So the swindle is malware. The official name of the product is Kindle. Kindle means to start a fire. That's meant to inform us that the purpose of that product is to burn our books. So these are a few examples, but it's quite common to find malicious features in proprietary programs because these are the programs which control the user, and the developer controls the program, which means the developer has power over the users and is tempted to use that power to hurt them. And these malicious features are where they gave in to that temptation. They think, well, we have total power over the users. If we put in a malicious feature, the users can't take it out. We can make them do anything we want. And so they do it. But with free software, the users control the program. So nobody has this kind of power. Nobody is tempted because nobody has the power to carry out this nastiness. The precise definition of free software is in terms of 4 essential freedoms. Freedom 0 is the freedom to run the program as you wish. Freedom 1 is the freedom to study the source code and change it so the program does your computing as you wish. Freedom 2 is the freedom to help others, the freedom to redistribute exact copies when you wish. And freedom 3 is the freedom to contribute to your community, which is the freedom to distribute copies of your own modified versions when you wish. And each one is literally the freedom to do this if and when you wish. It's not a requirement. You don't have to do any of these things. The point is, you must be free to do them if you wish. So, these 4 freedoms give the users control over the program. You need these 4 freedoms. Otherwise, the users don't fully have control. And so, we in the free software movement aim to eliminate proprietary software, first of all, from our own lives, and ultimately from the world. All users deserve freedom, so all software should be free. And I'm happy to say that I have eliminated proprietary software from my life. All the software installed in that computer is free. The next threat to our freedom in computing comes from software as a service. Software as a service means that instead of doing your computing in your own computer with your own copy of a program, which we hope is a free program so that you control it, you do your computing by sending all the data to a server, and the server does your computing and sends you the results. Or maybe it takes action directly for you based on the result of this computing. And since your computing is being done in this server, the server operator controls it, and you don't. So it's equivalent to using a proprietary program in terms of the result. You don't control those programs. Even if those programs are actually free software, you still don't control them when they're installed in his server. He controls them. If they're free software, that means he has full control over what happens in his server. But you don't control it. It's not your server. If they're proprietary programs, that means the server operator doesn't control his own server. Somebody else controls it. But that doesn't help you unless you happen to be that somebody else. So we have, if you're doing your computing in his server and he's running a proprietary program, then you don't control it and he doesn't control it, but somebody else does. But if the program is free, then he controls it. But either way, you don't. So it's bad for you either way. The only way you can control your computing is to do it with your copy of a free program.